let's get to what we said we were going to talk about before the break, which is Fulham. And they have released their ticket prices for their game against Manchester United in the Premier League coming up on November the 4th. And it is quite eye-watering. For an adult ticket in the newly built Riverside stand, you will need to fork out around about £150 for a one-off ticket. You get
£150? Is that a season ticket?
No, that's just for the match. For a one-off match, you don't get any extras with that. That is just for that ticket. For an over 65 or 18 to 21 ticket, you need to pay at least £130.
Get to spend a bit of money in Harrods. You get like £60 in
Harrods. What, a little voucher on the side? No, you get nothing, I'm afraid.
Wow.
On average, an adult ticket anywhere in the ground for that Manchester United game will set you back £104. Over 65s or 18 to 21s, that'll cost you £93 on average. And a junior ticket, £56.80. As I said, that's without any food, drink, and they're not even helping you get to the ground.
So imagine you want to go with like your son and your daughter.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to cost you over £200.
Easily.
Wow.
And then you're not, and if you
Travel,
want to have any food and drink.
Fancy a bit of food.
You've got.
Imagine what the pies are and stuff.
Exactly. I'm intrigued to know how much all of that.
Tenner.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know how much all of that costs as well. Now, we're not the only ones that are pulled by this because, as you can imagine, the Fulham Supporters Trust have got involved and they are not happy as well. They have said this: extremely disappointed. They are concerned that club members are being priced out of attending games. They said Manchester United at home is also a fixture. Many non-Fulham supporting fans attend in home supporter areas and they hope that the club will be making every effort to ensure this does not happen. I mean, in all fairness, those prices that I'm talking about there, which are just absolutely staggering, I sort of think that that's catering for the tourist. It's catering for the casual fan. It's not catering for the regular fan who turns up week in, week out, because they can't simply afford that.
And let's be honest, Fulham's last game against Crystal Palace, we're watching it here, and it was the most boring game I've watched.
Yes.
So, and Ray Parlour said in commentary, so you can't be putting them prices and you're not offering entertainment. You know, you can't be playing poor football and expecting people are going to pay that. And over £200 for a man or a woman and their two kids to go to a game is wild.
It is wild. And you're right, that game against Crystal Palace, they had 17 shots overall between the two sides, which is the second fewest in a Premier League match this season. So not value for money in that respect. There
should be a cap, I think.
Well, there is there are for away tickets.
Yeah, but I think at home tickets should be a cap of like, come on, make it an amount that people can afford. You know, you want the fans to come and watch games. You're going to end up with stadiums not full. I think that's happening a lot with the Carabao Cup games, by the way.
I know.
For a lot of clubs.
Absolutely.
I think even Michael Aston Villa, they're quite highly priced and fans aren't paying for the tickets because Carabao Cup was always one where it was like maybe 10 years ago, it might have been £40 for a Premier League game, £20 for Carabao Cup.
Yes.
You know, to get the fans in. In a midweek where, you know, you've got the kids back from school and you're not going to come to a game. But I think they're still high, and like fans aren't going to pay it. No.
One of our producers is a season ticket holder at Fulham. On average, he says his season ticket costs £36 a game, but if he was to buy that one-off ticket for the Manchester United game where he sits, it would cost £77. So that's such a difference between the two. Don't get me wrong, I do understand that season tickets will cost sometimes, obviously, less, and you have often the chance to buy them in advance, so they give you deals to buy in advance, and then you can pay it over a period of time, all that sort of thing. But this, it does seem as though they're just not thinking of the fans, they're just thinking of their pockets for them. It's balmy.
And you'd expect them sort of prices for like the top teams who are fighting for the title, and you know, they're playing this entertaining football. But I can imagine it's probably cheaper to go to a Man City game.
Possibly. I mean, I do think, from what I recall, when I saw even the season ticket prices coming out, I think a lot of people were saying that these prices were even more than, as you say, some of the
I'm sure Arsenal are quite high, aren't they, as well?
I think they're meant to be very, very high.
But over £100 is ridiculous to go and watch a football game. Not a chance. I'll pay that.
I think, I agree with you. I think if you're spending £100 on two children to go to a game, I mean, how are you encouraging a new fan base?
And during a game, imagine it's a boring game and the kids are like, Dad, can we go early? Like, this is boring. I want to leave now. Beat the traffic. And you're like, you just spent £200, £250 after food and drink and travel, maybe more.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's
during
poor.
hard times as well.
It does seem as though it's poor from Fulham, and like I say, lots of Fulham fans getting involved in this discussion, not happy at all by these prices that have been announced by their club.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.